Hello, everybody. This is Storm. Welcome back to our Week 8 match of the SADL. Baltimore Bullet Punches this week will be playing the Cerulean Guardians, coached by Club. Real quick before I get into my team breakdown, I do want to address something. I don't know. It feels kind of weird. My last week match that I uploaded is blown up for some reason. I have like over 130 views on it, which is my most viewed video. And oddly enough, for some reason, I did not edit out the middle section. Usually, like between my intro and the actual match, I usually edit that part out because it's just me setting up the match. And sometimes it'll take a few minutes. I've gone like 30 plus minutes, I think, between the intro and the actual match trying to set it up. So I didn't edit that out, and it looks very weird. I don't want to say I guess I apologize for it, just because it was like that's usually not there. And I know it was probably kind of awkward if anybody watched the video all the way through. Um, I'm usually pretty good about editing that. I'll try to edit, this pretty well. Um, so I just wanted to address that before I got into the video. But so, anyways, now that that's out of the way, I will get into my team breakdown. Um, this week we have the Star, the Dragapult returning. Took a break last week. Um, Coming back this week with a choice band set. My opponent's team does not have any way to deal with dragon moves. Dragon spam is very good in my opponent. He has two dragon types. Both that Dragapult's much faster than. Um, I think his only fairy type is Meryl, which he probably isn't going to bring. So Dragon Spam is very good into him. So the choice band Dragon Dart's just going to go crazy. Dragapult's faster than everything on his team, like I said. We have the Infiltrator there for no particular reason, just in case something random comes up. My opponent runs screens or a random substitute here or there. Psychic Fangs, this is mainly for like Iron Moth, really just to hit that a little harder. Probably one of the more threatening things on my opponent's team. Sucker Punch, this is mainly to uh, just to revenge kill something that's faster. Say we're in a situation with Regieleki's the only thing on my opponent's team that is faster than me. Naturally, I can just Sucker Punch it for big damage if it's in a position where I can't Dragon Darts it reliably. Also, we are faster than Cerulean without its weak armor boost, so we can always Sucker Punch it on its Shadow Sneak. I know he's been running that a lot in U-turn just there to have for pivot in case I ever feel like I need a pivot. Next up, we have the Empress, our Primarina, running a specially defensive set. My opponent has Walking Wake. He's ran special Charizard before. Pokemon like that I just don't want to take that damage from. So having a specially defensive Primarina there just to switch in, eat up those hits, threaten them out. We're running 4 attacks just because I don't really not like a support move. I feel like running Moonblast, obviously just big damage, hits things like Walking Wake, Garchomp, and then Surf for things like Iron Moth and Charizard pre-Terra, also Cerulean. Draining Kiss just to stay a little healthy, and Flip Turn to pivot for momentum. And then next up, we have the Hermit, our Orthworm, making another return with a physically defensive set. Really, just this big thing I'm bringing this for is that it does well for Garchomp. I'm not like extremely worried for Garchomp. I can easily kill it with Dragapult, but this allows me to set up hazards on Garchomp. I want to get up hazards against my opponent's team. He has very hazard weak Pokemon, and the more I chip them down, the easier it is going to be to sweep a late game with Dragapult. Um, so we're running Rock Spikes. Both of those get them up in front of the Garchomp. It can't really hurt us. Heavy Slam, Body Press. Obviously, I think he has been running both Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet, so that kind of does suck. That's a lot of damage we'll take there. But I don't really mind it because Orthworm isn't really going to wall anything else besides maybe like Mew or Venusaur. Um, or potentially like physically offensive Blastoise, maybe if he brings that. So our next slot is the Emperor, our Hisuian Arcanine, and we're running a sort of a defensive set with a lot of special bulk, mainly for Iron Moth. Obviously, resist both of its stabs. We don't take a lot from Energy Ball either. We can threaten it with Rock Slide. This is also Intimidate for Cerulean. Obviously, switching to the Cerulean, Intimidate it. Bitter Blade does nothing to us. Shadow Sneak isn't going to do a lot either. We threaten that with Rock Slide as well. Morning Sun to keep us healthy. Heavy Duty Boots just in case we can't get hazards off the field. Next up, we have Iron Treads. Uh, we're running soft sand just to boost our earthquakes. Very easy to spam earthquake into my opponent. Basically, it's the logic behind that. He doesn't have very many earthquake immunities or resistances. So basically, spam earthquake into those. We're faster than a lot of his team. This is mainly to be our big Alecki check. Sorry, Alecki doesn't do anything into us. Only having normal moves and electric moves basically can't touch us. We always start with Earthquake, Ice Spinner there. This is obviously to hit like Garchomp, Venusaur, stuff like that. And then Supercell Slam, we're just running this mainly for Blastoise. Obviously, it's a water type, so there's a potential that he can try to switch it in and take advantage of us. And they have Rapid Spin to keep the hazards up, as well as maybe even sweep late game. We're very offensive, as you can see. A little bit of defense just to help out with Cerulean, being able to eat a Shadow Sneak and kill it with an Earthquake if we need to late game. Then as you see, we have another Pokemon coming off the bench this week, the Devil, which is our Haunter, running a Choice Scarf set with Terra Ghost. Really, Ghost Spam is very good in my opponent, and because I'm not running like Specs Dragapult like I do sometimes when I want to run Ghost Spam, we're just going to run Choice Scarf Haunter. It's faster than everything on his team besides Regieleki, which I'm never faster than. But we're running Modest with the Terra Ghost. So these Terra Ghost Shadow Balls are going to hit very hard and my opponent's team. Hopefully, we'll get to see this thing clean up a little bit. I think it does. We can do a very good job breaking down my opponent's team and then cleaning them up with either Dragapult or Haunter. Hopefully Haunter, because I wanted to put in some work here at the end of the season. Haven't used it yet, so trying to. I don't want to say I'm trying to use all of my Pokemon, but I do want to use most of my Pokemon. I drafted a lot of them with something in mind. So we'll see how that goes this week. Feeling pretty confident about this week. I know Bean is newer to Pokemon, and I know that he has been disqualified or not disqualified, but he is out of playoff contention. So I'm not. I don't want to say I'm not expecting a challenge this week. Bean has gotten very good. I've watched him grow a lot this season. So if you're watching this, Bean, I'm very proud of you. You've done a very good job. Uh, for someone who doesn't know anything about competitive Pokemon, you've had some very close matches that were very, very close. And if it weren't for just, a play or two, you could have easily have won. So I will see you guys when I start the match. Okay. So basically, the team I expected. Bean doesn't make a lot of changes to his teams intermittently in between the weeks. So, very much the same team I expected. I'm just going to lead Orthworm. I expect him to lead Garchomp. If he doesn't lead Garchomp, it's a good anti-lead by him. Very smart decision. And I'm excited to see what he does this match because I know he's been talking a lot about how he's a little intimidated by me. So he leads the Walking Wake into the Orthworm. I like that little lead, and obviously this is just a straightforward Empress play. The best thing he could do is obviously try to flip turn. If he does it, that's a great play. We see the flamethrower come out, no burn. And honestly, I'm going to flip turn here because I fully expect. Yep, he flip turns. I fully expect Iron Moth to come out. Maybe even Ceruledge. We see a Lecky come out. Okay, that's cool. We're gonna get our Wheel of Fortune in, just to play it safe. He doesn't have a lot of, like I say, he doesn't have a lot of Earthquake switch ins. There's basically nothing he can do to me. So I'm gonna hmm, I'm gonna Supercell Slam. Oh, that might be a bad play. I'm gonna Ice Spinner. I don't want to Supercell Slam into the Garchomp. He might go the Garchomp here. We're gonna Ice Spinner into the Garchomp. There we go. That'll be able to not kill it quite, but do a lot of damage. Garchomp is not faster than me. I am, yep, Eevee to be just faster than Garchomp. So unless he reveals Scarf Chomp, which he can't because he's Rocky Helmet, I should have been paying attention to that. So I almost Supercell Slam there. So Garchomp is off the field. That means no hazards for me. I probably will see him go Iron Moth here. Um, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, very smart play by me. I like that play by him. Like I said, loved watching Bean grow because he's developed a lot. Um, hmm, I kind of just want to go Empress. So he could be running the Dragon Dance set. If he's running the Dragon Dance set, that's the scariest set he can run from this position. I kind of want to Supercell Slam, but if he Dragon Dances, it could be scary. It could be very scary. Hold on 1 second. I have to think about this. This Zard is in a good position against my team. I'm going to Supercell Slam. Okay. That was the right play. Uh, very smart by him by preserving that Terra. Um, I feel like I can let Wheel of Fortune go. Rapid Spin would have been the better play there, actually, now that I think about it. But I can let Wheel of Fortune go. I expect we'll see a fire move come out. I still want to keep Empress around just for Walking Wake, but I don't necessarily fear Walking Wake because I have Dragapult. I just needed something to pivot into it once. So we'll go Prim. If he Earthquakes, that's a phenomenal play by him. That's the play he needs to make there. Um, and I could either I can either sack Wheel of Fortune, which leaves me weak to Alecki. We'll hmm. I think we'll let the Empress drop here. His Earthquake does kill. He does pick up a kill. That's good for him. And we'll just go Arcanine and Revenge Killed with Extreme Speed. If he reads this and goes out to Cerulean, it's just phenomenal play by him. So we're in a bit of an issue where I can't get hazards up. I was really trying to get hazards up against the Garchomp. So my game plan is kind of falling apart. Obviously, we let Prim die, and that's going to open me up to force me to have to sack things to Walking Wake, which comes out. And very unfortunate, but I think we just go Hermit. We let Hermit die, just in case he goes like a random dragon move, maybe trying to predict a switch. The thing about Bean's team is like, even though Bean is not very good, he has a very like click buttony. I don't want to say brain dead, but he has a team full of threats. So it's like, as you can see, I was put in that position where I was like, he could be, even though I knew he was using that Dragon's Dance Charizard set, I was put in a position where it was like, basically, I had to let something die. Nothing I switch in can live an Earthquake into another move. Maybe Hermit can. Maybe Hermit. He was like the only one who could have. I think we go. I think we always just go Arcanine here. If he Swords Dance, that's a smart play by him. But I'm not extremely worried. Could I just Rock Slide? He Destiny Bonds. It's fine. We give him the weak armor, but he can't really do anything to me. So we'll just Rock Slide again. Most he could do it is I almost ran head smash on this. He should have. I think he should have double shadow sneak. I don't know if it would do enough to me. He is +1. I'm very bulky, so it might be a bit of a misplay by him because Bitter Blade is going to do next to nothing, and Rock Slide will finish him off. I don't know what the it probably Shadow Sneak probably doesn't do enough. We always just pivot Hermit here. It's my sack. It's the least useful so far in this match. You see Hydro Pump does a bunch. He should Flamethrower this turn. I'll get up rocks just in case. He flip turns. Yep, you see, just in case he makes a misplay, I can get up my rocks. Um, which is good. It stops his pivoting, weakens his team. Yeah, like I said, a very offensive team, and I didn't bring a very fast team necessarily in the sense where I have a bunch of Pokemon that are faster than like his setup. Um, so we're just gonna Rock Slide here. If he Energy Balls, that's like his best play. Want to preserve as much as possible because basically I was forced into a sack earlier. We don't see the Energy Ball come out, and Rock Slide Will not be able to pick up the kill, but I can extreme speed to pick it up. So the Emperor getting a lot of mileage. He's the defensive backbone of this team, losing Primarina very early, unfortunately. And like I said, the sack here is always just to go Hermit. It's the least useful of my team. Not that I necessarily need the Emperor either, but he does miss his Hydro Pump there. And this is just a free body press. He flamethrowers very smartly to finish me off. And I can go. There's no way the devil kills, right? Let me just look at this real quick. We're modest already. Terra Ghost. Yeah, no, there's no way we kill Walking Wake. I don't think, because it's way too healthy. I didn't get any chip on it like I wanted to. Yeah, 71% max roll. All right, well, we have to go Emperor here, or the Star. Sorry, Dragapult to clean up. It looks like we'll Dragon Darts, one shot. It's enough. That's all it took. And Aleki comes out, and we'll just click Dragon Darts. The most it can do is, I don't even think a crit specs Thunderbolt kills us, even with how powerful Transistor is. So, unfortunately, yeah, I would say a little hairy. I basically always knew the play there was to just get damage. You see, he goes for a Thunder, and it misses. Um, GG. Uh, some smart plays by being there. He had me on the ropes a little bit. I know, because like even though I knew the Charizard set, it came down to like what attack is he going for. But I felt like always just damaging him in that scenario with Iron Treads was the best, because I could always go Primarina afterwards and then revenge kill him. Like if he Terra Dragon, I could hit him with a fairy move. If he, Terra, you know, whatever just stayed the same, his Earthquake was, I mean, I resist both of his stats. So, um, GG's the club, or Bean, whatever you want to go by. Quick match, 21 turns. Um, I'm glad to see he made some good plays in that match, and I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see he's developed a lot. Not mean to download that. I need to stop downloading these replays. Meant to copy it. But anyways, so that is it for my week 8 match. Baltimore Bullet Punches. We are now 7-1 on the season. A strong 4-0. Would have wanted to try in 6-0, but I mean it's kind of hard because of how good Bean's team is. I mean, just how strong it is, how many just purely offensive threats he has, but also just because I didn't build my team like super defensive against it. Like last week, I had a very defensive team that my opponent was hard to break. It was very hard for my opponent to break my team last week. This week, it was still harder for him to break, but like I was forced into a position earlier you saw with the Charizard where it was like, okay, do I let my best Regieleki check die, or do I let my best Walking Wake check die? And it's kind of 50-50. That was, and I don't even know. Earthquake may not have even killed. I don't know in that position. He didn't go for fire move very smartly, predicting. Early might not have even killed my Iron Treads. So that might have been a misplay on my part. I should have probably calced it. But either way, we came out with a win, so it doesn't matter. Uh, I will see you guys when I do my week 8 reviews. Eh, Um, and then obviously we will break down the standings because playoffs are around the corner. It's very excited. I'm very excited for playoffs just to see what happens. I mean, I could literally just somehow not make playoffs and I wouldn't care because I'm just that excited for playoffs. But anyways, I will see you guys later. Be safe.